We are about to begin a new expanded postseason in baseball, going from 5 to 6 teams in each league. More playoffs are fun. It's a good TV show, but there's no way around it. With a bigger postseason, there is less emphasis on the regular season. There's only so much space in our memories. If there's more playoffs, more do-or-die moments every day, there's less room to remember what happened in the regular season. For 65 years, there was regular season, World Series. That's it. So World Series lore was big. We remembered the World Series and almost every single game. There was room in our heads. Ask Bob Costas. He's right over there. So with that in mind, before it fades, let's have a proper appreciation of the Braves and Mets. 6 months of outstanding competition for the NL East title. Let's do a little digging in. From the get-go, we need to be reminded of this. It promised to be a very different NL East. The Braves were the defending World Series champions and the 4-time defending division champions. But the Mets had gotten serious. A bulked-up club with a true leader in Buck Showalter. Different club. They were serious. By the end of May, their 34-17 had a whopping 10.5-game lead on Atlanta. And keep in mind, that's not the same Atlanta club. They let Freddie Freeman get away. As good as Matt Olson is, and he is also 3 years younger than Freeman, so maybe a better investment going forward, but Freddie Freeman was the best player on that title-winning club. And he's a better player this year as well. Not the same club, but Atlanta's still deep, well-coached. They play good fundamental baseball. Right after falling 10.5 games out, they went on a 14-game winning streak to cut the Mets' lead to 4. But the Mets core was clicking. Homegrown guys like Alonso, McNeil, Nimmo, all playing great. Francisco Lindor was back on track. And GM Billy Epler seemingly hit on every free agent signing. So the Mets still had a 3.5-game lead in August going into that epic 5-game showdown in Queens. This was a true statement series. The Mets won 4 out of 5 to make it a 6.5-game lead. The Braves' surge, seemingly, had been repelled. It looked like a clear sign. This was the Mets' year. But here is the beauty of the 6-month regular season in Major League Baseball. No matter what happens in any statement series, you have to go back out the next day. Effort, consistency, process, fundamentals all come to the fore every single day. You can have disastrous series and setbacks, but if you keep on grinding every single day, you can make it back up. And that is what the Braves did. Right after losing 4 out of 5 in that early August series in Queens, the Braves won 8 in a row, including taking 3 out of 4 against the Mets in a rematch series in Atlanta. They never let the Mets get away. And speaking of the new playoff system, there is this year a very big incentive to win your division. The top 2 seeds get a bye in the wild card round. So that's what made this weekend's 3-game series so big. The way it shakes out, the NL East champ is set up to get a bye and then play the winner of the Cards versus Phillies, or maybe the Brewers possibly. But think about that. Basically, you're getting a bye and then let's call it the Cardinals, right? Team that finished in second place gets a wild card matchup with the Padres and then straight to the Dodgers in the division series. So you use your best pitching against San Diego, you have to, and then you run right into the number 1 seed, a team that's won over 110 games. That's quite a difference. The Mets also, get this, held first place for 177 of 181 days this year. From opening day through Labor Day, the Mets were the division leader until this last series. And they had never been out more than a half game out of first place all year. So that's what made this weekend's 3-game series such a big thing. If the Mets just took 1 game in this series, they'd be sitting pretty. They came in with a 1-game lead. If they just took 1 of the 3, they'd be tied in the standings and own the tiebreaker. But if they got swept, the Braves would have a 2-game lead and the tiebreaker. They're as good as in. But wait, there's more. The Mets had the 1-2 punch of DeGrom and Scherzer leading the way in the first 2 games. You're telling me the Braves would beat DeGrom and Scherzer and complete the sweep? That's crazy. But that's what happened. 3-game sweep. Atlanta is a win away from clinching their 5th division title. It was epic battle, top of the food chain competition. The Mets, I didn't say they choked. They didn't fall apart, but the Braves, day after day over the 6-month regular season, took it from them. Again, this is going to fade now from our memories. For now, enjoy what is part of what makes the baseball season, the regular season, so great.